Hello YouTube. My name is Stacy. I'm known here as Flightyrambler, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel today. Hello again, friends. I am very happy to be presenting another video today. I will be continuing this video with another index card a day project that is really helping me with some mental health improvements, and it's part of this recent series I've been adding to my channel. First of all, though, I'm just really enjoying this set of nails. This little bow just always gets me. But this is not a nail video. Nope, it's actually another index card art journaling project. And this is my substrate, which is index card, of course, but it's 3 that I've glued together to make it nice and sturdy. And the art therapy comes in the form of this scribble journaling I'll do next. I'm just going to use this pencil to, get out some thoughts, write things down. Wow. I had a lot to say. I have had a lot to say as of late, which is good. I'm sorting out my thoughts and untangling them. And during all of this, I kept thinking of a word, consequences. So that will be my sentiment for today. And so my next layer will be dictionary pages explaining or defining to me personally what it means, so that I make sure I use the word correctly, number 1. And number 2, it adds a nice layer of collage. So I'll get that together and be right back. Consequences: a result, effect, outcome, that which naturally follows, significance or importance. And I'm leaning more towards result, effect, and outcome in my thoughts. So every action has a reaction, and every choice will lead to a consequence. So that's where my head's at. And then I'll look up the same in this French book. Consequence. There we are. I'll add some numbers with this Sudoku for Dummies card I have. I'm going to start by taking off this compression sleeve. I have been I had my hand therapy appointment and they recommended that. I am recovering from carpal tunnel surgery. It's looking good. There's a raised scar tissue that I have to work down. And so, yeah, and some physical therapy exercises that was assigned to me. So I got to remember to do that. And I know everyone's going to be shocked, but I did get the acetone after these 2 brushes. Look how fabulous they are. This was the worst one. It's still kind of clogged from about here down. And this one has a bit more flexibility because it's newer and I haven't wrecked it as much. So I think I'll just keep using this one till I bury it. It's so much nicer when the bristles are softer. Why was I being hard on myself by not taking care of that sooner? Probably because I forgot. It's the simplest explanation. I forgot until I was reaching for it again. I'm like, oh darn it. Usually I'll make a list for that type of thing, but my head's just been in a fog lately. But I did get the medication the doctor prescribed, so hopefully my sleep improves, which should improve my whole well-being. So fingers crossed. If anyone's ever had a similar situation where they needed you know, to just reset with a good night's sleep. I hear you, I feel you, and I hope you get what you need soon. I distracted myself with my own thoughts and couldn't even remember the word I was looking for. Oh my goodness. Brain fog, brain fatigue, consequences. And how is everyone out there doing? I hope everyone's happy, healthy, and fantastic and kicking ass and all the good things. And I'm wondering if anyone's getting their gardens ready. I might be slow to do that this year, but we'll see. I kind of, I'm not sure how big of a garden I want to plant. I have container garden in the front area of the house, on the walkway and on the balcony. Do I want to use the side that they've already written on? I don't think it matters. But first of all, don't need that. And then we'll just go for it. The numbers are interesting and they add an interesting little touch. It's difficult to work with like this when your brain's foggy, that's for sure. Looking good. My next layer will be some gesso. And while the gesso is wet, I'll use the back of a brush and do some scribble journaling, mark making, just creating more texture before the gesso dries. So much fun. I am liking what I'm seeing. I like the colors, the contrasts, the cream versus the white versus the blue versus the black. It all looks amazing. I'm going to take this pen. It's one of my favorite pens because it's a 1.6 and I feel it flows and complements and makes my writing look better, if you believe it or not. So I'm going to circle all instances of consequence since that's my word for today. That's a good one, conscious. That's good. Consciousness, maybe? Consequence. And then with this pen, I'm going to do a squiggly border because I'm not quite sure what my next step is going to be and I need to do something while I think. I'm going to use this tape. It's drywall tape, I believe, but look at that. Isn't that fantastic? So what I'm going to do is cut off a bunch of strips of random widths and I'll collage that on top of everything else and add more texture. Why not? I like this tape. It's so fun and I found it at the hardware store. Honestly, if you're a mixed media artist, you know that you go looking down the aisles at the hardware store. going to use matte Mod Podge to get this drywall tape collaged down. Okay, I'm going to add color next with acrylic paint, but what colors? I'm reaching again for Payne's Gray. It's just a beautiful, moody, blue-black color that has so many values and shades in it. I just... It is a great alternative to black. Look at that. The drywall tape is enhanced. It's adding the texture. I'm not sure what color to choose. I want to kind of mull it over, but in the meantime, I'm going to create my sentiment using my Dymo. Look what I did. I couldn't remember what word I was on right around here, and now I have to redo it because I missed the C. My brain is foggy. This is, oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta do it again. So let's just check here. That's consequences, and this is the messed up one. So like something like this will go into my offcuts where I harvest little pieces of it to add more black pieces to my card to kind of balance out the black and draw a person's eye around the whole project. And wow, what a big word. Huh. So I want to add another color. I am feeling a bit more bright, I guess is a good word. So I'm going to bring out my swatch book. Ooh. I think this one will go well. So that's the acrylic iridescent teal. So that's an acrylic paint from King Art, part of this iridescent acrylic paint set that I got from HomeSense. And teal. looking good. The colors are great. I love how this is turning out. I think I want some splats, 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 splats. So here it is so far. I really enjoyed putting these splats and colors on. They work together well, I feel. The iridescent teal gave me this shade of blue-green and this more true shade of blue. And the Payne's Gray is just so yummy. It's a great alternative to black because it offers a lot more shades of gray and blue, which makes it just a wonderful color to work with. And then the white just balances everything out. I feel I want to bring the texture up, but first I'm going to use this archival ink in jet black to put a black border around the whole thing. Oh yeah. Now I'll take this ink pad and scuff it gently to catch some of the higher points of the tape and kind of define it, bring it to life. Okay, so the scuffing really did make it look awesome, and I'm glad for that, but I feel I want to add a scuffing of white as well. Ooh, it's very thirsty. Okay, I think I got the effect I like. I'm not too familiar using these applicators. I tend to use my fingers or a paintbrush. But I think it did what I wanted it to do, which was add white values on the top layer. Look at all that yummy color and texture. Nice. Now I have to decide on orientation and kind of where the sentiment will go and what'll go with it and stuff like that, because I really don't want to add a focal point. Sometimes I get to this point in a project where the layers are just making me so happy, I really don't want to cover it up, you know? And that happens a lot on my pages. I'll create a lot of beautiful backgrounds that don't have a focal point, but they make me happy. So I could do something here. I could add a bird, a flower, but this just makes me want to pause right here and just embellish the sentiment and enjoy the layers that I created. So for orientation, I wonder what you would choose. My sentiment word is long, consequences, and it would either take up the whole width or it would be down here with threads and appliques and such, or I don't do it, I have not done this before, but I could put it in the middle and then just do that. But my favorite thing to do is to have it down here and then create black points to create a triangle so that it draws a person's eye around the project. First, I think I'm going to see if I have any embroidery floss in the teal or blue colors. One moment. After my mom passed, I ended up inheriting all of her embroidery floss, and there was a period in her life where she was collecting DMC flosses, and I decided to rearrange the cases, like these typical thread cases, embroidery thread cases, and I have now 8 of them sorted by color. And honestly, every time I open one up, the rainbow just it makes me smile. So thank you, Mom. I'm sure she'd be pleased to know that her items are being used, and she's thought of often when I go digging into these flosses, because I did pick up embroidery as a habit. I've been waiting for my fingers and hands to feel better, but I did complete a 3-page sampler, which was so much fun. So I might get dabbling into that now that things are feeling a bit better. And crafts and hobbies and different outlets for creative energies is healthy for sure. So the teal and the blue. Well, this one's automatic. It's like so shiny. And it's probably over here. I think these 3 are the same color. But wow, okay, right on. Nice. Now I have this beautiful bundle of colorful embroidery floss that complements the card quite nicely. I just have to decide if I want to just have the threads and that, or if I want to add lace on top. That's wide enough to give it some oomph. I think I found my winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Okay. To glue everything down, I'll use this fast grab tacky glue. Here is today's finished project, and consequences indeed. Choices, decisions, outcomes from inaction or action. They're all consequences, aren't they? Each choice we make. But the layers are delicious. Really do love the drywall tape and the texture it created. These trio of black places really does swing your eye around. And yeah, love the fact that I had these flosses on hand. In fact, you know, my mom, when she was doing embroidery and had her flosses sorted by project, I didn't know what I was going to do because it was difficult to find the color I wanted. So resorting them into a rainbow was a fantastic decision. I'm curious to know if you like the project. Is there anything you didn't like? Would you have chosen different colors? In fact, if you do have a color combination you want me to try, please do let me know in the comments below. I would really enjoy that kind of challenge, I think. And thank you again for your time and attention. I would like it if you would consider doing all the YouTube things, you know, like, comment, subscribe. So yeah, thank you for everything. I do have an Etsy shop selling player piano paper, you know, that paper with dots in it, tears. And I also have a variety of napkins, as well as some ephemera like old playing cards and such. So if you're interested, there's a link in the comments, a link in the description box below. So until next time, bye bye.